a little tougher in these choppy waters. It's not really that choppy, but the issue I'm finding is that it's just such a teeter-totter. You know, you got to get your feet just right on it, and if you get too far forward, it wants to nose dive. And as soon as it lifts up, you kind of get your weight forward. And some of that's a product, I believe, of this pumping foil. So it'd be interesting if somebody else has got one to get on a regular foil, or if I put my other foil on it. So on a super flat, like last time I was on a super flat lake, it was really nice. It just kind of glided right up, and I had time to get my weight on it. Out here in the bouncy stuff, like I said, it's kind of a teeter-totter. You're constantly kind of wanting to move your feet back up, flex your ankles and legs, and send it overhead to kind of flatten it out. Verdict's out a little bit. I want to get on my other board, my traditional board, bring it. I should have brought it, compare them back to back. I was out this last time in choppy conditions. It's kind of like wash tub chop out on the lake. I don't think I'm asking that much from it, but I felt like a beginner. You know, I'm not great, but I can ride my other boards, pop up, and go on some nice reaches and stuff like this. I really struggled on the board when there was just a bit of chop, and the thing is it's such a teeter-totter that as soon as it comes up, you really don't feel like you get a lot of good height off of it because it's sticking out there so far that if you get a little bit of angle forward, effectively the nose is so far out that it stuffs in the back, and if you get back too far, you start to pop a wheelie too. So I'm gonna take a look at these boards again and show you what I'm talking about. These are the respective mast positions, or the mast-based positions for these two boards. And on the Fanatic one, you can see that, about where right here is about where my back foot's gonna be. I'm like right in between these two parts. So if I start, as I pop up, there's only that part that's the small part in front of my finger that has to clear the water. And when I'm up, it can clear it pretty easily. It can get up and stay up. Whereas with the Cruzader, it's got so much in front of it, even when I'm up and I start to come down a little bit, it makes a big difference. Like I have an 85 centimeter mast. It's almost like I'm riding a 60 centimeter mast or something. I just can't quite get up, and it's very, I could say it feels like a teeter-totter. You've got all this extra space back here. And my first day out on a flat water was great because I didn't have any issues. It would just kind of streamline through that flat water and get up. But as soon as I got into some chop, this extra area was really proving a challenge. And also being narrow, it was a lot harder to stay balanced on it in that choppy water too. So I'm feeling like this could be a real niche kind of board where it's just glass smooth water with almost no wind, and that's what worked well for it the other day on a small lake that really doesn't have any chop at all. So I had light winds, so I don't know, around 10 miles an hour. I could get up probably easier on this one than this one. I could definitely carry a 6 meter on that one, where it was a bit iffy on this one. I had to carry the 8 meter on this one to get it going. But when I was up on the 8, it was fine. So let's see. The next thing I want to do is I want to take both these boards out at the same time, and I'm going to put in one knock for sab foil. So this is the carbon base, which I think is nice. And they give you the hardware for it. And then I bought the aluminum ones because it's cheaper, and I'm like, really, a pound, is it really going to make a big freaking difference? Probably not. I wanted to just be able to cheaply get one that I can put on the other board. But when you buy this, I don't mind that they don't give you the hardware for this so much. Pain in the ass is they don't give you the T-nuts to mount the damn thing onto the board. So I have to go find M8 T-nuts to put onto this so I can actually mount this on here onto this board, so I could do a quick disconnect between the two. So I thought that was pretty lame that they don't give you M8 T-nuts and bolts for it. So that's going to be a pain to go have to do that. Thanks, Sab Foil.